aboard Nintendo website. Now that we are back, remember, Sinoi's, or basically Sony fanboys, are not and never been welcome. I wonder if all the anti-Nintendo boards and threads are made by Sony and PlayStation fanboys, because PlayStation fanboys, they can't accept the fact that Nintendo is successful, and Nintendo is more successful than PlayStation is at this point. And this is a Nintendo board. 2 more years of success for you to am raping you. And yeah, Sony fanboys, I think, are kind of just ridiculous people. There are 3 types of people who hate modern Nintendo. Nostalgia, the nostalgia 90s people. And then you have Sony fanboys and Steamies, which are Steam Deck fanboys as well. All 3 groups of these people, they do not like Switch, but Nintendo fans need to really lay down. We really need to lay down the rules. Sony fanboys need to really understand that, they can whine, well, Nintendo games are so expensive, but they're the ones who pushed gaming prices to increase to $80. Sony fanboys were the ones who said nothing about The Last of Us, $110 collection, that's like a literal scam Sony's pushing out, and these people, the Sony fanboys, are completely silent about that as well. Also, that overpriced piece of crap called the PS5 Pro was also a thing, obviously, as well. The PS5 Pro obviously was the worst thing released by Sony since the PS Vita. For some reason, people still bought that. It still sold okay-ish. But, most people really? People are going to really buy a $700 PS5 Pro, and if you want to have a disc game, you have to buy it separately as well. It's just baffling to me how does the PS5 so successful, given it has no games. Most of its games are coming to PC or other platforms, and, at least Xbox has backwards compatibility and the whole Game Pass thing. What does Sony have? It's a genuine question. No, I won't make fun of Stellar Blade. Okay, most likely that game will eventually come to other platforms anyway, so that'll be another exclusive lost for Sony. I never understood how Sony gets all these Asian games, Japan, Korea, and China exclusively to a platform. But even then, Nintendo is kind of approaching on that exclusivity that Sony has harbored for so long. And yes, the Nintendo boards and the Nintendo threads are officially back. 4chan? They said that 4chan would never come back, but they managed to get 4chan to come back. And yes, it is back 100%, which means that the deal of the Sony and Steam fanboys again as well. The Steamies and the Sonoys as well. That's why Sony fanboys, they just misspelled Sony as well. Because they're annoyances. That's probably why they're called that. Hopefully it's not some swirl hidden in there. I really hope that. Goodbye.